Well, howdy, Victoria 3 fans. When we last had our Egypt run, it was 1853. So, why am I now 6 years later? Well, maybe because of this economic bust and depression going on. I'm about halfway. No, I'm not even halfway. I'm 40% of the way through the depression here, trying to modernize my Egypt. I thought, yeah, I could go ahead and take on the Turks, and looked at my army relative to the Turkish army, and wouldn't you know, the Turks had just gotten the tech that gives them the skirmish infantry general staff, so they had all upgraded, and I couldn't I couldn't match them. So I said, okay, let's wisely step away from the Turkish border and just focus on building up the economy and doing things like that, earn some recognition. Well, I'm trying to do that too. It's all I'm getting 77% of the way done there, but the depression hit, and oh, that was a mess. But I did do something that I'm very happy about. I surveyed the Suez Canal, and now we've just got 78 weeks to go for that. I did discover the tech for munitions, so I'm building those out. Let's look at how we built Egypt here, and why I'm also able to run this surplus here during this time of depression. I think it's going to come down to policies here. And you can see from my institutions, we did come around to colonial affairs. We're still waiting on quinine for that. Education is now level 3. We got the pharmaceuticals, and that opened up health, the public health. I'm going right in on that. The mod I'm using will increase the birth rate with the increase in the health system. This is going to have long-term benefits going forward. And of course, also increasing the health system increases my standard of living, which is very important given that we're in a depression now. We've also got a central bank, and we've converted to from the aristocratic to a professional foreign service. I could get some more, foreign service here. I just need about 488 more bureaucracy to get there. And we're kind of using the extra bureaucracy we built out to work on the Suez Canal is now taking care of all of these other things here. And we might need a little bit more to get to our health system. We're running a bit low right now, but we'll see how that goes. But this helps to define Egypt in the modern era. I'd like to see something better than appointed bureaucrats. I don't think we can get off of people of the book because, well, the Sunni ulema is still pretty powerful here, and if we go to looking at total separation, there's a pretty big chunk of the country that would be anti that, freedom of conscience even. So we're not going to push on that area there. We did get National Guard. Mercantilism, I'm not going to get off of that because we're still working on catching up, and this helps more than protectionism. Would like to move off of per capita taxation, but that is going to take new tech for that. Just saying there. I don't know about getting off of no police. Dedicated police force certainly would be a good thing to have. Just in terms of law enforcement and dealing with some of the uprisings I'm seeing. But we're going to need more administration to provide that framework there. And I'm pretty set on all the other laws that we have here. So I'm okay with that. What I do see happening in Africa, the Danes have picked up on Dahomey. Benin is now in the Belgian market. I think Oyo is still free. So Benin is probably going to be as a protectorate right now. They'll eventually become a puppet. The British are having a war against the Ashanti. And it looks like the French have also been picking off some West African here. And is that Spain? It is Spain. Okay. Well, so we've got all this going on here. The Dutch are colonizing down that way, and it looks like the Belgians are colonizing in Cameroon. So yeah, I need to be about the business of eventually getting around to colonizing the rest of Africa. But there's something odd that's happened in Europe. Okay. There was a fight where Hungary was wanting to get all of Montenegro, and Russia went against them, and that's why Austria now has these territories in Russia. And then Austria was having another war against France over some stuff in Italy, and the French made Tuscany their protectorate, and then they cut away Württemberg, Bohemia, and Trieste. Württemberg and Bohemia are both French or Württemberg is a puppet, Bohemia is a protectorate, Trieste is on its own, and then there was another war somewhere where people fought to get Montenegro full independence from Austria, having been conquered by it. So, yeah, things went weird here. Prussia took a dive and lost all the Zollverein. It's back up to great power status, and like, okay, we'll just turn around and walk away. The U.S. is doing pretty good on its own. I see it has an Alaska now. Just wonderful. No other big problems here except those are the British East Indies, and the British are running Siam. They just took over Siam. Okay, well that's and the East India Company is definitely expanding into Persia. Whew. So that's what's been going on in the rest of the world as I've been focused on Egypt here. England is definitely getting very strong, which is why I wanted to build the Panama Canal myself. It should help to keep other European powers away from trying to get a claim on Sinai and start a war with me. Part of playing Egypt is because you've got this exposure navally. Sokoto could play inside for a long time and just conquer territory that was internal to Africa and minimize its exposure. Egypt has got a border with Turkey. It can be attacked navally almost everywhere. So it's got to be able to keep relationships good with the great power neighbors. And let's just make sure I'm good here and here. And let's top that up. Yeah. And we're okay on Prussia. And we're okay on the USA. Good to know. Keep good relations with the other great powers, because if one of them attacks you, you can probably convince the other one to join in the fun and come to your aid. If Egypt does the attacking, the great powers may come by to try to swoop in and be vultures and pick it apart. So be careful in that area. Anyway, as it is, I need to build out my economy more. I need to get out of this darn depression, earn recognition, and once that happens, or maybe, I don't know, sooner or later, I don't know, I do want to form a block, because forming a power block gives quite a few benefits in terms of the mandates that go with it, and that just helps a great power get greater and stay greater. I'd like to do that, but doing so is going to make the other great powers that have their blocks upset with me. So I'll need to make sure that I don't start anything until I've got everybody back up to feeling amicable, level 50. We're all good with this. Okay, yeah. Because, knocking the relationships down by 30, I got to bring them back up by 30. Take them out of neutral and through cordial and all the way back up to amicable. That will not be easy to do. And I may want to wait until after I've earned recognition or have gotten out of this depression, or both, to do that, because the last thing I need is a great power to declare that I'm a rival or that I'm on the menu and to start picking my nation apart because the relationship deteriorated. I'll be working on that. That's my 9-minute intro to why I'm in 1859. But let's go ahead and let it bake. Oh, speaking of letting it bake, I should say why why I'm in a depression, but I still have positive cash flow. That's because I have high taxes and I'm only building 2 buildings. The more you build, the more you have to spend on building, and you can wind up with negative cash flow if you build too much. So because I've got to keep building this Suez Canal, I'm building one or two other buildings alongside it. And the buildings I do want to build are those that are going to help me going forward should I attack the Ottomans or have a war with them. Ammunition is important. If I am become a leading producer of ammunition, I can support and supply my own armies. And basically, with the way the rest of the world is being frisky with it, I might make a lot of money exporting it. But ammunition, small arms, man o' wars, and artillery are the four things I need to be making to make sure that my army is well supplied. So if I need to fight the Ottomans and possibly another great power, I could keep my army supplied. I also need to work on my food services because, well, when the armies are going at it, they need to have food to keep going, and I've got to make that too. So I'm working on those. Those are the ones I'm focusing on as I build out, but I'm trying to keep a positive cash flow so that way I can increase the amount of borrowing I can do in case there is a conflict. I've gotten as close as 2 million and then 1.5 million. So letting the economy grow increases the amount I can borrow, and then having the positive cash flow pays back those debts. And together, I'm now at almost 9 million of space I have to where I can borrow, and that's good. That's really good. It reducing the amount I borrow also helps with depression recovery. That's part of the PEC mod there. And I'll just say that's a really strong piece of flavor. All those penalties there happening all at once, and being able to see, okay, why is it that I've got this 1.5? All right, my GDP growth, my market confidence, some other things going on here. This is all stuff that helps me recover in this depression here. It's a strong piece of economic flavor that I'm very happy to have in my game, and I insist on having in my game. Along with Morgan wrote, although that slows things down with all the events, and I think some of the other things I have been making this game run a little bit slower, it's still great fun to do all the clicking and do all the reading and get all the stuff going on. And so help me. I had one commenter make a note on one of my videos that, hey, it'd be great if we had characters start to drive investments, and we got pop-ups for that. And oh yes, I would love having more character-driven activity in the games where a journal entry opens up and I see more events with the characters other than just, this guy got mad, this guy got sick, this one got shot at. Give me some actual character-specific things, such as this particular character wants to build a factory for X good, or this one wants to do these things here. Have that going on, and getting some journal entries or situations from that would be wonderful additions to the game. And yeah, if it slows it down but adds more fun, then the net result is more fun. It just savors. It's not slow, it's savoring. Yeah. I don't know why. I can't help myself sometimes. I decided, why not take out Tripolitania, because they just got involved in France's war to basically take over Tunis, and I thought, well, or sorry, not Tunis, to take over Mascara. I thought, well, while they're distracted, I could take them out. I forgot they're a subject of the Ottoman Empire. Whoops. So the reason I'm telling you now is because I did save my game right before I did that declaration, but my hunch was right. I thought that because France is busy over here and Russia wasn't involved in North Africa, and the other countries they all had negative numbers. I mean, let's look at they're very anti-Ottoman all across there, and they've been dropping out already. So I thought I could get away with it, and because I could also sway the British into it, British want to have investment rights in the Ottoman Empire, and given how costly they are in a treaty form, this is a pretty big thing to shove down on them. They've joined in, and this also gives me the ability to take a few things that I wanted. Yes, I'm getting Tripolitania, but also Basra, Baghdad, Deir ez-Zor, Ottoman Mosul, and also the bit of Adana that is the rest of my state there. All this, I've got 2 maneuvers left. The British are on my side. I'm making nice with everybody else around me. Yes, I'm running some negative numbers here, and I've got an ammunition shortage. But oh, wait a minute. I could build another ammunition factory now that I've finished making that one coal mine. Let's do that. And where will he make the most earnings? In Gondar. Except they may not have enough people there. I'll go ahead and... Oh, what the heck. They need to industrialize. I'll build it in Gondar. And that's going to give me another 50 ammunitions. And I need 200, but oh well. We'll figure it out as we go along, I'm sure. But we are now in the shooting time, so no one else is going to get involved in this. It's me and the British and all the British friends against the Ottomans. And there's a nice little front over here that opened up in Greece because the Greeks are a British puppet and they joined in with the fight. So, yeah, we can sweep around here, and that capital is exposed. And I think Tripolitania is going to go through pretty quickly because the French are already smashing it up. This is going to be fun. Well, we'll let it bake and come back to you. As I pay for the bread lines during my depression, I'm making some good headway here. The French beat out them, and so I had to wait for that to be over, and then I could move my armies in. Greece has fallen. They're storming the capital. I'm making good progress here in Anatolia, and for good measure, I took one of my armies and started landing it at Basra. It's always good if you can make a small naval invasion to sort of like an end run around the main front. They tend to not defend, and you tend to walk in and grab territory that reduces their will to fight. And they're already at minus 68. I want you to see this. We don't own their capital, but they're dropping because of moderate enemy occupation, lots of casualties, manpower losses. It's just going bad for them. So we're going to enjoy. They want state atheism. That's not happening. But we can get freedom of conscience. Oh, I don't like that, but they're in power, and let's compromise here. I'd actually prefer just total separation, but okay, freedom of conscience, we'll go with that. We'll take it easy. And while I've been active, I can see why the Russians kind of held back. They were ready to go in on Turkey themselves. Or, I mean, the Ottoman Empire. Well, it's about to be Turkey after the revolutions they're going to have. Take a little bit there, get Dobruja, get Moldavia transferred over, ripping them up here. This is going to damage the Ottomans heavily. Well, that was pretty quick. This is October 1859, and I remember I was starting this earlier in 1859. So this is less than a year, and the Ottomans. I love the war mods I have. They're doing well. Well, so now that I have this, I should consolidate and then work on continuing to improve my economy and getting out of the depression. Now I won't conquer anything else. I promise, maybe. Ooh, and my literacy rate is now above 40%. That gets me closer to recognition. Yes, please. Well, here we go. We got our recognition. Ratify that treaty. And now, if I check my nation, it says I am a major power. What do I need to do to be a great power? I need 980 prestiges. And I have 558 right now. Okay. Challenge accepted. But yeah, definitely, this is a good thing. Oh, wow. How much foreign ownership do I have here? I've got quite a lot here. Is this from what I conquered from the Ottoman Empire, or is this directly invested in me? Yeah, maybe. But it's really not that bad. And as I grow more, I'll have more of my own GDP. I'll be fine. Yeah. So, oh no, this is great. Thanks so much, guys, for recognizing me and making me the major power that I am. I still have my depression, but we're now 80% of the way through with that because we're improving at a pretty good clip here, dealing with the nationalist uprising here. I hope to have that concluded soon. So I'll just keep going as it is, and hopefully we can, once this depression is over, we can have better cash flow and do more building. So we'll see about that. But right now, I have a Pacific expedition to attend to. Well, shortly after getting the recognition, Spain offered me a defensive treaty, and then I shopped around and found Austria would do it as well. So with those two defensive treaties, I should be in pretty good shape just in case somebody tries to start something. And France did make a claim on the Sinai. Whoa, France, what are you up to? So I'm feeling good though. I can go ahead now and make my power block. So I go over here to power block. I click form, and the principal. Wait, do I really want to have a trade league? Yeah, because I'm not a sovereign empire. I'm not an ideological union. Military treaty, maybe, because you get a free war goal. It's double. That's two free war goals. And it does give me aggressive, but I don't really have that many other. I mean, I just got the Hejaz and that's it. But, well, then again, what if I did, logistics network gives me some good stuff. Conventions of war gives me lower infamy generation, but also, Lord, that's more conscription. This one is more maneuvers. More throughput. Now that's good. But, I'm a sucker for a trade league because that unified bond market, man, that's going to cut my interest rate. I'm an economist. Let me build this out and I'll show you what I have once it's made. So I've made the power block of the Cairo Treaty. Nice and red. I've got a green star in the middle and, very United Arab Republic. I just wish we could put a white stripe in the middle and that would perfect, and use actual stars instead of the sun thing. But yeah, I'll make it work. It's 19th century. Anyhow. So yeah, I have it, and I see this British Empire covers a lot of turf, particularly the Portuguese are involved in that. And I'm thinking what I might want to do instead of conquering these little guys over here is making them my protectorates, so that way I have more block members and I can build up faster. Now, because I've got the expanded power blocks, in 7 days, I'm going to get some more mandates. They'll just drop on me, but it'll probably be about another 3-4 years. I don't know. It'll be a very inordinate amount of time before I get some more things because I have so few block members. I'm working on, since I already have a treaty with Austria and Spain, I'm good with them. I'll be building up their relations, and I'm sending guys over to France, Russia, and England. The French one was already continuing. Russia and England, I need to build them back up again. And probably, a fight with France would not be too bad if it meant that if the Austrians call me in. I'm not going to start anything, but I'll help them finish it. Yeah, I need to get some buddies and add them to my power block here. I see Russia has been gathering up. Oh no, they got Oman. And Oman has the claim on Kenya. Well, I'm not going to colonize Kenya. Let's be this weird spot on the map. I blame my mods for this. Anyway, but if I did go after the Kazimid State Kateria Mara, I might work out that, or it could result in Russia getting involved, and then I get the Austrians, and then the Austrians take Kiev back. They lost it with their war with Russia there. Yeah, that could be something. Or, well, nope. Wow. Okay, America has got Peru, and then the French have got pretty much everything else in South America. It's like, hey, that's the thing I usually do. Oh, wait, Russia's got Mexico. All right. I'm a little late to the party. I might have to try to, I'll have to see who I can pick up and add to my group here because I need a crew. Okay, I got my 6 mandates. I took free investments 2 and financial stability 2 because they're going to help me recover in this depression. And then advanced research because obvious reasons I've got to work on my research. It's going to take 14 years. I have a very low number of members. I need to work on more membership. We'll get over the depression first, and then we'll see what we can do from that. I figured out what I could do. I could make this little country here, Tungi, a protectorate, and I don't think anyone else is going to get involved that I don't want to get involved. I hope. Yeah, these guys are all pretty negative, just through and through. Perfect. If the Marina Kingdom does get involved, because it said that they might, then I'll just do a naval invasion, make them a protectorate as well, because I need protectorates more than I need territory, because I need block members more than I need the other stuff. So, we'll do that. Austria started a war with Montenegro, and then the French got involved, and I thought, well, I could help them out, and now I'm not so eager about it. I need some other people to be helping Austria out before I think about helping them out, because that's a big army. A really big army. 31,000 strength, and that's triple what the Austrians have, and it's way more than what I have. It's ridiculous. I know. If they ask me, I'll think about it, but I hope they don't ask me. Excuse me while I improve my rifles. I know there's a war coming. We might do well with this. Might as well also mention this while we're waiting for other stuff to happen. I don't have any excavation or mountaineering trees. I canceled them all. It did damage relations. I'm happy to send out my animals. That's fine with me. You know, we got plenty of them. But I will... Oh, let's be at the forefront of it. There we go. But I felt that now that we've started digging in our sand and we found, there's stuff in the sand. Now we know why they were digging in the sand. So no more of that's going to happen. We're going to keep the Egyptian ones and the Mesopotamian ones and Crete. So we got 5 out of 8 archaeological sites. 5 out of 8. Not bad. I don't think we're going to get Athens because that's under the British thumb. And the Mexicans got that, and the Peruvians, the North Peruvians got that. So, we're not going to be grabbing those there. I don't think so. But we are about to get Tungi. Nobody else is stepping up, so we'll take it. We will gladly take it. And then I think Darfur should be next. It'll be a while before we can make that down to a puppet, and then once it is, we can march through it and get Wadai and try to work our way across the Sahel, That'd be kind of a nice motion to take in. And if we ever do get our army good enough to take on the French, well, by golly, we're coming for Tunis. You better believe it. Ooh, and Tungi back down. I thought I was going to have to leave it on pause for a while. Excellent. Next victim. I think the next one I want to pick up will be Zulu. And then I'll look out in Indonesia. See what little bits and pieces I could pick up there now that the Dutch are gone. In looking at the map, I see the Ottoman Empire is now a no-go zone. Any sweet pickings I thought I had there are illusory. They're part of the British Empire. A different shade of red. But the Zulu backed down. So I got them, and I've got the Tungi, which were over here. Maybe I should shake down. Oh no, I need to move out into this part of the world here. They like to be part of my caliphate or whatever it is I got. let's talk to Aceh and see, how would you like to be a protectorate? Only 1.9 infamy, small dip to great powers. I'm negotiating with them, and looks like they won't get involved. And if anybody does, it's Bali, Johor, Brunei, Kutai. Perfect. Not going to conquer, just protectorate. I demand a protectorate here. La la la. Our depression is over now, too. That is great. So all those modifiers are fading away, and we're going to have more production. Oh, and we've discovered postal savings, which improves our investment pool. That's a good thing to have. And now, also because of our hanging back, we've got 19 million that we could borrow up to, and I intend to start building out some stuff, because if I can build a whole lot, then the more I build, the more tax I receive, and the more tax I receive, the more I'm able to build and maintain a good, or let me put it this way. Okay, right now I can build 2 buildings and still have a positive cash flow. But if I collect more taxes, I can build 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, because the more money I make, the more it can support a building program and maintain a positive cash flow. Now, if I build like 30, well, either way, it's going to be negative cash flow, one more so than the other, but it's going to be a big dip. But if I can get it to where I can build more buildings and I can grow faster, and then if I can grow faster, I get a bigger tax base. This is the expansion of industrialism. This is the boom out that we can do. Now, granted, I could do it even faster if I had the better the steel frame construction, but I can do some things with what I have right now, and that's going to be a good thing to do. So as far as my GDP, I'm number 14 in the world. I'm at 31 million. If I can get up to about 50 million, so I got 19 million to go. All right, if I borrow 19 million and make 19 million, that's a good return there. And oh wow, look at that drop off between, there's like here like 50 million for these two, and then you jump up to 71, then 108, big jump there. Italy has gotten ahead of Great Britain. AI, what are you doing? You're asleep. USA is up here, and I think they still have a civil war going on. Then the Qing, Russia, and France are really strong, and British Raj. Wow. Love to see them fall apart. But I'm not going to take them on, because if I was scared of the French, I'm going to be even more scared of the British. Or am I? Hold on here. Am I? Okay, yeah, I am. Shut up. What am I thinking here? Oh, no. Ooh. Well, I wish you luck, India, but not the good kind. All right, so when I look at my shortages here, these are the things that if I build, I'm going to make the best use of. They'll deal with the shortages I have here and help my economy out the best. I also need to, for some reason, my iron mining is just awful. Somaliland, yay, they got it, but Eritrea and Sinai, I mean, they're struggling to fill it out. Palestine barely filled it in there, so maybe I'll work on Somaliland and Palestine. They seem to have some stuff there. But you know what else I need to do? Build that power block statue. It's going to take a long time, but I'll get my prestige boost. Haha. Yes, this will send me reeling towards great powerdom. And yeah, we'll do that. And we only get one, so we'll make it count. How long will it take to build? 100 weeks. So it's like half a Suez Canal. All right. Well, I'm going to get to work on some paper, some tools, clothes, and fertilizer. Well, it's been fun doing all this here. I really had some fun time getting them to surrender and getting Zulu to surrender and getting Aceh to surrender. Sayak didn't surrender. My gunboat diplomacy didn't work, so I had to go and conquer them. But I look forward to beating up on other stuff, including Dainam, which looks like they're being taken down by the British right now. And I did declare a rivalry with them. Oh, wait, I guess they're no longer a rival. Well, okay, still. Taking them over would be a nice thing to do. They've got a good GDP, and that'd be a nice addition to my power block. But one thing you got to keep in mind for, like this Tungi here at minus 83 relation, yeah, that's not helpful for my cohesion. That's giving me minus 11 on cohesion. Now, SIAC just joined in, so they have the lowest economic dependence, so that's minus 35 there as well. I could get another 40 out of those if once they're brought up. So I want to work on that. But right now I'm in the expansion phase. I'll do what I can here. I don't really want to send out diplomats to go and convert all these places and have them join peacefully, because this is faster, and if they're protectorates, I can then make them puppets and enjoy the results with that, because, I feel better that way. But yeah, I'm all filled out there, and my GDP has gone up to 34 million, and that's good. I've borrowed, let's see, I had 11, so 6 million. Okay, I'm all right with that. I'm at number 13 overall. Ooh, Canada and Prussia are moving ahead. They were at 50. Now they're at 53 and 64. And French Republic is really cooking there. Ooh, ooh. Yikes. Okay, well, Great Britain woke up. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, I'd like to pick off, how many troops do they have here? They've got 75, but only 5. But they're weakened by war, so maybe now is a good time to say, good news, you're going to be my protectorate. It is going to give me a dip in relations with Britain and the French, but I can absorb that, I think, because all the other ones here are just locals, pretty much. I mean, yeah, they're all locals. Yeah, I think I might just do that. Well, we'll catch you next time. You like, you comment, you subscribe. I'm not going to do this now because it's late where I am at this time. And, got to get my beauty sleep, because, this is how I make my money with this face here. Anyway, wow. Okay. I like the way Egypt's looking. Oh, you know what I do need to do, though, before I retire? We're almost done with Steam Donkey. We got to get pump jacks, because that's really going to get our nation going. Once we get our plantations more productive, that's going to be some fantastic stuff. Sure. We'll have that researched in 21 months, you betcha. But I need to get quinine. In fact, I think I might go like this, and then come back for pump jacks. Or actually, reinforced concrete, we're getting some stuff on, and then pump jacks. Okay, that's how I want to do it, because once we get quinine, we can start colonizing in East Africa and finish out over here in the Lower Nile and Ethiopia regions. And I think we also get Kufra, because there's nobody else there. The Tripolitania had the claim here. They won't have any claim once, because we conquered them. Ooh. And would we be able to get into the Sahara? I mean, let me take a look here. Established colony. Can't go there. Oh, we can only... Yeah, that's right. We only have frontier colonization. All right. So we need civilizing mission to get to the Sahara. But these guys just need quinine, and so on. This one we need to go through Oman, and that means messing with the Russians, because they're in the Russian market there and all. All right, then. But yeah, picking off Dainam, get Johore, get Brunei, Bulungan, Kutai, Sulu, Maguindanao. There we go. Got it. Let's go fast. Buton. A number of these look like they are. Oh, that's in the Portugal. Okay, I don't want to touch that one there. But yeah, Buton. Let's just check to make sure they're not. Yeah, as long as they're unaligned. Unaligned. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. If they're unaligned and coastal, we'll pick them up. If they're British market, no. No. Not one. But if I can get Dynam, that would be a fun piece to add there. Yeah. Ooh, and if there's ever a Ching explosion, we're interested. We need more protectorates. I think we're going to get enough here. If you do remember, we were like at 14 years. Now it's down to 5, just because we've added these guys. Once we get our cohesion built up, that's going to be even better as a power block. So, all right. Now I got to go to bed. You guys behave. Be good to each other. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.